Catholic head coach Jeff Manello. Meets at center court with Fayette coach Tom Sutherland. For the Crusaders, assistant coaches Tom Jameson, Steve Clegg, Rick Hudson, and Gary Claysole. For Valley Fayette, assistant coaches Joby Groom and Maurice Yarbrough. The support staff of Parkersburg Catholic: Dan Northrup, Jamie Kinchlow, Ryan Simonson, Corey Jackson, Sergio Guzman, Jamie Alvarez, and John Moorhead. For Valley Fayette, support staff: Nina Wallace, Christy Elliott, Robert Davenport, Helen Bohanna, and Kiana Smith. Charleston Lions Club host for Parkersburg Catholic, Jeff Moore. And Charleston Lions Club host for Valley Fayette, George Jackson. Now introducing the squads for Parkersburg Catholic. Number 10, Kevin Lauder. For Valley Fayette, number 20, Bobby Fragle. For the Crusaders, number 22, Jordan Davis. For the Greyhounds, number 34, C.J. McKenzie. From Parkersburg Catholic, 24 is Ronnie Lott. From Valley Fayette, number 10 is Todd Ryan. For the Crusaders, wearing number 30, Anthony Harris. For the Greyhounds, wearing number 30, John Valentine. For Parkersburg Catholic, 32, Bobby Badillion. For Valley Fayette, number 40, Steve Nelson. For the Crusaders, number 40 is Zach Krig. And for the Greyhounds, number 50 is Chris Groom. For Parkersburg Catholic, wearing 52, Jeremy Mader. For Valley Fayette, wearing 32, Matt Arden. Now the starting lineups. For Parkersburg Catholic, a 6-foot senior, number 5, David Borkowski. For Valley Fayette, a 5'9" senior, number 22, Jason Shepard. For the Crusaders, at 5'9", a senior, number 20, Craig Medley. For the Greyhounds, a 6'2" senior, number 44, Sean Nawati. For Parkersburg Catholic, a 6'2" junior, number 33, Robbie McGinnis. For Valley Fayette, a 6'4" senior, number 54, Jacques Ramsey. For the Crusaders, 6'3" senior, number 42, Eric Drummond. For the Greyhounds, a 6'4" senior, number 24, Monty Ferguson. And for Parkersburg Catholic, 6'4" freshman, number 44, Rusty Wooten. And for Valley Fayette, a 6'2" senior, number 42, Marion Bowles. We ask you to please stand now. The colors today will be presented by the Herbert Hoover High School Air Force Junior ROTC. Captain Robert Atkinson, Captain T.J. Lockhart, and First Lieutenant Michael Bennett. Our anthem today will be sung by Elkins High School student Rachel Franks. Our signers: from Hamlin High School, Rontina McCann; from Nitro High School, Julie Kidd.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof
It's game time. The tip-off is next, right after this word.
Here's Kyle Wiggs.
Sean Waddy will jump it up against Rusty Wooten. Parkersburg Catholic and Valley Fayette for the Class Single A State Championship. The ball is in the air. It was deflected and hit the official, recovered by Waddy. And Valley Fayette gets the ball to start the contest. Shepard, the senior point guard, working between the circles, throwing the Bulls. They get it inside to Waddy. He goes straight to the goal. Misses the shot. Rebound to Medley. There's that defensive matchup. 5'8" Craig Medley on 6'2" Sean Waddy. Waddy took him to the goal, missed the shot. Medley got the rebound. Here's a skip pass in the corner to McGinnis. McGinnis will fire one up from 17 feet. It's no good. A rebound this time to Jacques Ramsey. Ramsey gives it off to Waddy. Waddy brings it up the court. We see that a lot with this team. Waddy has point guard skills and a big man's body. On the right wing, he throws to Ferguson. In the corner, they go to Bowles. Bowles looks inside. He'll shoot a three. It's up off the back of the rim. No good. And the rebound down to Drummond. Drummond with the quick outlet to Borkowski. Borkowski into the front court. He pulls up the inside the three-point arc. He's double-teamed. He manages to get it off to Drummond. Drummond's shot is no good. Rebound down to Parkersburg Catholic. Now it's loose on the floor. McGinnis picks it up and scores. Robbie McGinnis picking up the garbage in the lane, the loose ball. And he got the shot up and in. Credit McGinnis tenaciously going after that basketball loose in the lane. Here is Ferguson off to Waddy. Free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Shepard. His turnaround jump shot is short. Tipped around again. Medley and the big man Ramsey go down for it in the corner. Medley came up with the loose ball. He saved it to Wooten. Now back the other way. It is Shepard with a shot. It's no good. The rebound, Bowles in the corner. Bowles has it tipped away, but he recovers. He throws it back out front to Waddy. Waddy drives inside the three-point arc, pulls up from 17 and misses the jump shot.
Couple of observations. Not surprised to see Valley Fayette want to get Waddy loosened early. There are those offensive rebounds again that has been such a significant part of Valley's run in this tournament.
Valley 0 of 6 early from the field. Medley tried to split the defense near the three-point stripe, and he was tripped to the floor. The foul goes on Shepard. It's the first foul of the contest. Medley will set it in right at the far side hash mark. He throws it into Borkowski, who's guarded closely by Shepard. Back to Medley. Right of the lane they go. Driving to the lane is Drummond, then he scores. Drummond caught the ball outside the lane, put it on the floor, took it right to the goal. It's 4-0 Parkersburg Catholic.
Drummond, a very high shooting percentage this tournament. 15 of 21 in field goals.
Bowles to Ramsey. One-handed pass to Waddy at the foul line. He had it taken away by Medley, but they call Medley for the foul.
Medley has been quite a different story defensively, depending upon the game. Williamson got into early foul trouble yesterday in spite of guarding Matheny, picked up only one foul the entire contest.
First foul of the game on Parkersburg Catholic. The inbounds pass is knocked away, and it was off of Ramsey. It was deflected by McGinnis, but it hit Ramsey in the shoulder and went out of bounds. So Parkersburg Catholic leading 4-0 with another possession. 5:39 to go in the first quarter. Medley brings it up. He'll be picked up at the midcourt stripe by Shepard. He bounces it off to Borkowski, back to Medley. Medley dribbles towards the far side hatch. He splits the defense, falls down again. The ball is kicked. It's headed out of bounds, and Shepard had it right on the inline. His back was on the inline. He recovered possession of the loose ball, but rolled over and went out of bounds.
Most of the year, Parkersburg Catholic has been quick enough that they can drive through, dribble through the trap of the double teams. Not going to be that successful against the team as ultra quick as Valley.
Here is Medley with the no-look pass inside, intended for the freshman Wooten. It was knocked away and stolen. That's the first Parkersburg Catholic turnover. Valley Fayette still looking for its first points. We've nearly played 3 minutes in this contest. It's 4-0 Crusaders, leading the Greyhounds in the Class Single A State Championship game. Shepard, guarded by Borkowski, dribbles left side. He yo-yos with the dribble. He picks it up now, looks inside, gets it to Waddy. Waddy against the double team, takes it to the glass and scores. They doubled Waddy down low, but he was still strong enough to get it up and in. It's 4-2. Parkersburg Catholic with the lead on the ball. Borkowski beats the double team, pulls up at the three-point arc, throws in the corner to McGinnis. McGinnis back to the hash to Borkowski. He's tripped down, and the ball is stolen by Shepard. 3-on-2. Shepard to the glass. They call him for the offensive foul. That's his second foul. Shepard called for the charge. And the ball goes back to Parkersburg Catholic.
Again, Parkersburg Catholic trying to dribble through the trap of the double team. Right now, not only is Valley Fayette quick, they have long arms, and they're able to get in there constantly and bother the offensive rhythm that is trying to be set up by Catholic.
Medley with the waist-high right-hand dribble. He throws to Wooten in the corner. Wooten is double-teamed. He's in trouble. He needs some help, and he calls timeout. That saved a turnover, a 20-second timeout called by Parkersburg Catholic.
I think that gives Jeff Manillo an opportunity to get his glove to the side and for a few moments talk about handling that trap, putting a great deal of pressure around the perimeter. Parkersburg Catholic is not able to get clean looks to push the ball inside like they did against Moorfield yesterday.
Valley Fayette just 1 of 7 from the field. And talking about Parkersburg Catholic, Coach Manillo had told us repeatedly that his team really wasn't a very good offensive club, but they have perhaps played their 2 best offensive games of the season in this tournament. They had a season-high 64 points against Williamson in the first round. Then they bettered that with 71 against Moorfield yesterday in the semifinals. Here it's 4-2 as we've played nearly half of the first quarter. They get it inside to McGinnis, and the shot was altered by Bowles. The rebound grabbed by Wooten and put back up and in. So an offensive rebound for Parkersburg Catholic and a stick-back basket. The Crusaders lead 6-2. Here's Bowles trying to work on McGinnis in the lane. He throws back out front to Ramsey. Ramsey gets it to Ferguson posting. His turnaround jump shot is no good, and they call Shepard for an over-the-back foul on the rebound. That's his 3rd foul. Still 3:55 to go here, first quarter.
And if Shepard comes out of the game, that means Waddy is going to have to go to the point.
There's a break in the action from Charleston. Time for this message from Glenville State.
We have a black GMC Jimmy in the back loading dock area that needs to be moved.
This is the 1999 State Championships.
Jason Shepard stays in the game with those 3 fouls. Valley just 1 of 7 from the field. Parkersburg Catholic shooting 50% in the early going, 3 of 6. It's a 6-2. Parkersburg Catholic lead, 3:45 to go in the first quarter. The Crusaders with the ball. Medley between the circles, right side to Wooten. Wooten, reverse pivot on the dribble, picks it up, gives it to Medley at the foul line. Medley loses the ball, has it knocked out of bounds, and the foul will be called on Valley Fayette.
Let's look at a couple of points now, Kyle. Shepard at this point staying in the game with the 3 fouls in the first 4 minutes. If he comes out, Waddy has to go run the point, which means Waddy can't go baseline, post up.
The foul on Ferguson, the inbound pass stolen by Valley Fayette. It was a bad pass, and Ferguson came up with the steal, the 3rd Parkersburg Catholic turnover of the quarter. 6-2 Crusaders. Valley Fayette trailing, in possession of the ball. Ferguson looks inside, out to Shepard. Shepard on the right wing, gets around the defense, gives it to a wide open Ramsey, and Ramsey takes it to the hole and scores. Beautiful look. Ramsey was wide open. He took it to the goal.
3 games Valley Fayette has played. First time we have seen them run the pick and roll, and they did it nicely.
That cuts the lead to 2. Parkersburg Catholic in the lead with the ball. Here's Wooten, right side, hoists up a shot and scores from outside the lane. Rusty Wooten with a 12-footer. He has 4 of Parkersburg Catholic's 8 points.
What a shooting percentage for Wooten. He is right now 15 of 20 from the floor in these 3 games.
On the left side now, shot put up by Bowles outside the lane, and Bowles scores from 8. That's the first 2 in this game from Marion Bowles. He has 18 points now in the tournament. He came in averaging 10 points per game. Medley zigzags on the dribble into the front court. Throws to the near hash to Borkowski. A bounce back to Medley. Right corner, Wooten will shoot up a 19-footer. It's short. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Drummond. He puts it back up and in. That's the second stick-back basket in the first quarter for Parkersburg Catholic. They're going to the glass hard. And the Crusaders lead 10-6. Here's Shepard, head of the key, penetrates to the foul line, puts it up with the left hand, and it's in. Jason Shepard picking up those 3 early fouls. He gets his first field goal. He has 23 points in the tournament now, and he pulls Valley Fayette to within 2 points.
With those 3 fouls, Shepard can't afford to penetrate on into the lane and look to finish or dish off. He's got to pull up at the line.
McGinnis in the corner, driving the left baseline. He puts it up and in off the glass. Robbie McGinnis with 4. And it's 12-8.
Not very good baseline defense by Valley Fayette. McGinnis had a clear path.
1:35 to go. They throw to Waddy, guarded by Medley. Pass inside to Bowles. The shot was altered. It's no good. Rebound tapped to the corner, controlled by Borkowski. Borkowski finds Medley, who brings it up. He's guarded against Shepard. Medley bounces it off to Borkowski. Borkowski dribbles once, looks inside, comes outside to Medley. The ball was tipped away and stolen. Medley was trying to get it back to Borkowski, and Bowles stuck his hand in there, knocked it away.
Not only is Valley Fayette good at slapping the ball away, so quick to go to the loose ball.
Here's Ferguson with a lob across the defense, and it's intercepted by Borkowski. 3-on-2 Parkersburg Catholic. Borkowski loses it in the lane. He was going to try and take it all the way to the goal, but he lost the ball. It was stolen by Ferguson. So the teams trade turnovers, and we're under a minute to go first quarter. Parkersburg Catholic in the lead, 12-8. Valley Fayette with the basketball. Bowles picks up his dribble. He lobs it to Waddy on the left wing. Waddy guarded by Medley. Waddy back to Shepard, head of the key. A throw off to Ferguson. Far side hash mark. Ferguson puts it on the floor. Pulls up at the foul line, and he traveled with it.
Kyle, early in the game, Valley Fayette looks at Sean Waddy. They look for him along the baseline, around the paint area. It's been about 2 or 3 minutes since Waddy has been able to get a touch.
Fourth turnover on Valley Fayette. And a substitution for the Greyhounds. C.J. McKenzie comes into the contest, a 6'3 freshman. He has 7 points in the tournament so far, all coming against Valley Wetzel in the opening game. He was 3 of 5 from the field. It's a 12-8 Parkersburg Catholic lead, and the Crusaders will look to hold for the final shot. Medley, unguarded, walks it up slowly. He'll try and take every bit of the 10 seconds before he crosses the time stripe. Now he throws to Borkowski in the front court. Clock down to 12 seconds, first quarter. Medley has it head of the key, guarded by Shepard off left side to Borkowski. Borkowski wants to make a move to the goal. Borkowski gets to begin us posting up, and he traveled with it. Sixth Parkersburg Catholic turnover, and the turnovers are starting to become a problem for the Crusaders here late in the quarter.
That is very uncharacteristic, but yet not uncommon when you face Valley Fayette.
Here's a throw into Shepard. He'll have to shoot from midcourt, and he doesn't get the shot off and hit the front of the rim. That's the end of the first period from the 1999 state championship in Charleston. With the score, Parkersburg Catholic 12, Valley Fayette 8. This is
Dock area that needs to be moved.
he's shooting 4 of 11 from the field. Parkersburg Catholic at 60%. 6 of 10 and speedy. Parkersburg Catholic has been scoring in this tournament, but I don't think there's any question that a game in the 40s or 50s would favor the Crusaders. Play underway, second quarter. Parkersburg Catholic with the ball to start the quarter. Borkowski fakes the three, throws in the corner for Lauder, who's checked into the game, and they get it inside to Mader, the big guy who's checked in. Jeremy Mader, a 6'7 senior's in there. He has his first shot attempt blocked out of bounds.
Substitutions for Parkersburg Catholic. Lauder gives the Crusaders a little bit better outside game and more secure ball handling.
There's a bounce into Lauder. He gives it to Borkowski for a three. No good. Offensive rebound, Rusty Wooten. And Wooten puts it up and in. 6 points for the freshman.
3 of 3 today as that incredible shooting percentage from the floor continues for this 9th grader.
It's 14-8. At this rate, Rusty Wooten's going to make the all-tournament team as a 9th grader.
Interesting, Kyle. We have a pair of freshmen matching up on the floor now.
Here is Shepard off the right baseline. His left-handed jump shot from 8 feet is up and in. Shepard has 4, and it's a 14-10 Parkersburg Catholic lead. The Crusaders with the basketball. Borkowski skips it over the defense to Lauder. He gives it to Medley. Back to Borkowski. Fakes left. Goes right. Pulls up from 8 feet. Shot is short. Rebound. Down on the floor. And a foul is called underneath. It's going to go on Valley Fayette.
Nice adjustment in this offense by Borkowski. Launched the 3 last time down the floor. Borkowski and Catholic as a team has not shot the 3 well during this tournament. This time Dave puts it on the floor, goes in, draws the foul.
Foul on Waddy right off the inbounds play. Borkowski shoots an 18-footer. It's no good. Rebound out of bounds. It belongs to Parkersburg Catholic as one of the Valley players, Bowles, was knocked to the floor. He got the worst of that. So did his team because the Crusaders will keep the ball. Medley slaps it, throws it in to Lauder. He throws it out front to Borkowski. Borkowski to Wooten, posting up at the foul line. 15-foot jump shot is no good. He finally missed. Offensive rebound, Parkersburg Catholic. Lauder comes out with it. Lauder has it to shoot a 3. It's up and off the back of the rim. No good. Offensive rebound, Medley. His shot no good. Tipped around, finally controlled by Shepard of Valley Fayette. He comes into the front court. Shepard dribbling through the defense. Now he peels away as the break doesn't materialize. 6:21 to go until halftime. Valley Fayette trailing by 4. The Greyhounds with the ball. Driving in is McKenzie. His shot is short. Rebound to Borkowski.
Well, let's go back and check. When was the last time Sean Waddy shot the ball for Fayette?
Here is Borkowski knocked hard to the floor. And Sean Waddy will pick up his second personal foul. He can't believe it. Borkowski was tripped down, and the foul will go on Bowles. It'll be his first.
Kyle, first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, Fayette very stringent, looking for Waddy around the basket. Since that time, his looks have been sparingly. Yeah, Medley's playing pretty good defense, but I don't think that's the full story.
McGinnis back in for Parkersburg Catholic. Both Medley and Wooten take a seat. In the game for the first time, Anthony Harris, the backup point guard, a 5'9" junior. Here's a lob into Medley. His hook shot is short. And a foul. This one's going to go on Parkersburg Catholic and will head back in the other direction. The foul on Robbie McGinnis. It'll be his first. Medley got the ball in the blocks and missed that short hook shot. 5:55 to go until halftime. Parkersburg Catholic with a 4-point lead, and Valley will try and cut into that lead. Shepard brings it up against Borkowski. He loses the ball. It's taken away by David. Borkowski down the other way, and his layup attempt is blocked out of bounds by Shepard. An excellent effort by Shepard to get back and save an easy 2 points.
Well, that's a daring play by Shepard, playing with 3 fouls to go in and attempt that kind of defensive play. Got away with it. Parkersburg is doing such a good job of fighting through the screens. That took away Shepard's concentration, and Borkowski plucked him.
Harris throws it into Borkowski. He penetrates, gives it off to McGinnis. His shot rolls around the rim and misses. McGinnis misses from in close. The rebound down to Ferguson. Ferguson outlets to Waddy.
Valley Fayette being more aggressive on the defensive boards now.
Waddy gallops to the goal and scores with the finger roll. Waddy with 4 points. And if Valley Fayette gets Waddy going, the momentum in this game could turn very quickly. The lead for Parkersburg Catholic is down to 2 with 5 minutes to go. McGinnis in the corner, throws back out to Borkowski. They work it around the perimeter. Lauder has it. Far side hash. A bounce in the corner to McGinnis. Back to Lauder. He drives around Shepard, gets it inside, and a rejected shot by Waddy. Waddy knocked that shot by Drummond straight down to the floor. Back the other way. Bowles shoots a 3. It rolls around and falls through. Marion Bowles with 5 points, and Valley Fayette has taken the lead, 15-14.
Not only are they playing within their coach's game plan, but they're utilizing their athletic abilities now to execute it.
Here's Harris to Borkowski. A bounce back to Harris. He looks inside, then gives it to Borkowski. Borkowski shoots a 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Jacques Ramsey. Parkersburg Catholic has gone stone cold here in the second quarter. They're just 1 of 12 from the field. Here is Ferguson trying to work around McGinnis. Ferguson throws it off to Bowles, head of the key. Bowles left side to Shepard. He fakes right, goes left, puts it up. Too strong. Rebound down to Ferguson. Ferguson throws it back out to Waddy. He horses one up from 10 feet outside the lane. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Bowles. Bowles is stripped. Parkersburg Catholic on the run. Here's a bounce pass across the lane. It doesn't get through. Borkowski tried to hit one of his players across court through the lane, and the pass was picked off.
Nice job by Valley Fayette getting back in transition following their turnover.
So Valley with the lead and the ball, and Shepard threw it away. He tried to throw it to Waddy on the far sidelines, and Waddy had headed in towards the basket. The pass went behind him out of bounds. Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1999 state championship tournament.
This is the 1999 state championships.
Valley Fayette has gotten back into the game. As a matter of fact, the Greyhounds have taken the lead with good second quarter shooting. The Greyhounds 3 of 6, Parkersburg Catholic a cold 1 of 12 in the second quarter. McGinnis with the ball in the corner to Wooten at the foul line. They swing it left side to Borkowski. David drives, has the shot blocked by Bowles, but a foul is called.
During that timeout, Jeff Manillo puts his original starting 5 back in the game. He had substituted periodically during that second quarter. Got his offense out of sync by doing that.
Second foul on Marion Bowles. It puts David Borkowski at the free throw line. He's 5 of 9 so far in this tournament. First shot is up and in. That's the first point for Borkowski in this game.
Borkowski had a bad day at the foul line yesterday. 4 of 5 on Wednesday evening. just 1 of 4 at the stripe yesterday afternoon.
Borkowski misses. Rebound to McGinnis. Follow attempt is no good. Another offensive rebound is picked up by Drummond. He loses it, but recovers in the corner. He throws it back out to Borkowski. The ball's tipped away, nearly stolen, but Borkowski recovers in the backcourt. Borkowski back the other direction from our right to our left. That free throw by Borkowski snapped a 4-minute and 2-second scoring drought for Parkersburg Catholic. Here's McGinnis on the baseline. He's tripped, and he misses the shot. No foul call. The loose ball came to Medley. He gives it off to Borkowski for a 3. It's no good. A battle for the board. Drummond is in there. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll belong to Valley Fayette. Valley Fayette kept the ball, but not before the Greyhounds called a timeout.
Tom Sutherland's a little concerned about the ability of the Crusaders to crash the offensive rebounds in that series. And not only were they able to get the offensive rebounds, but as they kicked the ball back out and worked it around the perimeter, too many open looks to suit Sutherland.
22nd timeout called by Valley Fayette. So the teams are back out on the court. 2:54 to go until halftime. We are tied at 15. That Borkowski free throw not in the game. The first one, he missed the second. And here we go. Full court pressure applied by the Crusaders. Shepard is trapped, but he finds Bowles at midcourt. They release down to Ferguson. All alone, he missed the shot. Ferguson missed the layup. Rebound Medley for Parkersburg Catholic. They broke the trap, got a long pass to Ferguson. Now back the other way. Wooten to Medley, head of the key. A bounce off right side of Borkowski. He gets it to Wooten at the foul line. Ball fakes in the air, drives in, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound Ramsey for Valley Fayette. He outlets to Waddy, who brings it up the floor. We're tied at 15, late in the second quarter. A bounce off to Ferguson. Ferguson guarded by Borkowski. He throws off to Bowles. Bowles looking inside. Wooten playing some passive defense. Now he comes up to front him. Pass to Ferguson. They try to get it inside to Ramsey. The ball stolen by Borkowski into the front court. He puts up the layup, missed the shot, but he drew the foul. Parkersburg Catholic had a 2-on-1. Borkowski elected to keep the basketball and shoot it. He missed the shot, but he's going to the line.
Borkowski not only can steal the ball in backcourt and beat most defenses down the floor, but he launches himself from near the foul line, and once he gets airborne, it's impossible to get in front and defend him without drawing the block.
Borkowski at the line breaks the tie. He hits the first foul shot. That puts Parkersburg Catholic up by 1. C.J. McKenzie back into the lineup for Valley Fayette, replacing Monty Ferguson.
It's interesting to see, Kyle, if Borkowski makes this free throw, will the Crusaders jump back into that full court trap as they did for the first time a moment ago?
Shot is up and in, and they will trap. Well, now they pull it off as Borkowski guards Shepard. Shepard got it off to Ramsey. Borkowski, in the first 2 games of this tournament, averaging 4 steals a game. And he's got 2 so far here in the first 2 quarters of this contest. Here is Shepard penetrating, pulling up at 14. A bullet pass down underneath the Ramsey. He lost the ball, recovered, went up, shot it, missed, got his own rebound, and then drew the foul. Shepard with the pass down to Ramsey. Ramsey drew the foul on Eric Drummond. That'll be his first and 3rd team foul of this first half. It's been a very quickly played first half. The inbounds play comes to Bowles. He drives in. His floating shot from inside the lane is no good. A rebound down to Parkersburg Catholic. The outlet to Borkowski. Borkowski with a pass through the middle, and it goes out of bounds. It was deflected by Drummond and or Wooten. It went out of bounds off Parkersburg Catholic. Valley gets it back.
Not surprised to see Parkersburg Catholic pull out of that full court trap. It did not bother Valley the one time they really turned it up on him.
8 turnovers for Parkersburg Catholic, but the Crusaders continue to lead by 2, 17-15 with 1:20 to go first half. Here's a pass to McKenzie. McKenzie gives it out to Waddy for a 3-pointer. It's up and in. Sean Waddy with 7 points in the first half, and that puts Valley Fayette back in the lead at 18-17.
That's a problem when you half-court trap. You create mismatches. That time, Waddy got away from Medley, and no one was able to spot him until it was too late.
1 minute to go. Medley on the dribble. Medley down the lane, kicks it back to Borkowski. He fakes the 3, pulls up, free throw line extended left side, dumps it down underneath to Drummond, who scores. Eric Drummond's had a tremendous tournament. Drummond with 41 points so far in the 3 games. He puts his club back in the lead by 1, 19-18. 40 seconds to go, second quarter. Shepard brings it up against Borkowski. Shepard playing with 3 fouls. He's played most of the second quarter with those 3 fouls. Right side Bulls drives the baseline. He floats in the air and hits the baseline shot from 6 feet. Bulls has 7 points.
In the last 2 minutes, Valley Fayette has gone strictly to the inside game with the exception of that Waddy spot up for the 3.
20-19, Valley Fayette retaking the lead with that shot by Bulls, and Parkersburg Catholic will hold for the final shot. Clock is down to 9 seconds. Borkowski and Medley playing catch. Now they throw in the corner for McGinnis. A bounce back out to Medley. Medley tries to penetrate. He kicks the ball through the lane, tries to recover. He's tied up by Ramsey. And on the alternate possession, Valley Fayette will get the ball. 0.8 seconds to go. No time to catch and throw. They'll have to try and throw it down the court, see if they can get a deflection. Ramsey throws it up. Waddy had it go right through his hands, and it goes out of bounds. If he catches the ball, he's got a shot to put it in from the left blocks, but the ball went through his hands. CityNet is the web provider for the state championships. Log into www.citynet.net for live.
As the 1999 West Virginia State Championship continues.
It's a 1-point game at the break, 20-19. Valley Fayette leading Parkersburg Catholic. The individual scoring so far, Sean Waddy and Marion Bowles each have 7 points for Valley Fayette. Waddy has been the leading scorer through the first 2 games for Valley Fayette, one of the leading scorers in the tournament. He has 51 points now in 3 games. Marion Bowles with a total of 23 points in the 3 games so far. Jason Shepard with 4 points through 2 quarters. Jacques Ramsey has 2 points. Valley Fayette with a total of 20 through the first 16 minutes. Parkersburg Catholic led in scoring by Eric Drummond and Rusty Wooten. Each player has 6 points. Drummond now with 41 points in the 3 games in the tournament. Robbie McGinnis has a couple of field goals for 4 points. David Borkowski has been held without a field goal so far in the first 2 quarters. David Borkowski with 3 points, all coming from the foul line, giving him an even 30 points in the 3 games so far in this tournament. So one of the keys for Parkersburg Catholic, they need to get Borkowski going.
Well, one reason that Borkowski has not been able to get it going and contributing to that 2 of 17 field goal shooting in the second quarter for Catholic, Valley Fayette took away his ability to penetrate. David Borkowski's game is putting the ball onto the floor, using that quickness to slash to the basket, setting up a Drummond, a McGinnis, or a Wooten, or else finishing off himself. Shepard, Waddy in particular, did a good job of squeezing over and not letting Borkowski have that lane. If you notice that Borkowski and Parkersburg Catholic took a couple of 3-point shots early in the second quarter, that's a sign they're a little bit out of their game plan because the 3-point aspect is not really a strong part of the Parkersburg Catholic arsenal this year.
As a matter of fact, in this tournament so far, Parkersburg Catholic in 2 games coming into this one had hit just a total of 2 3-pointers. Both were by Borkowski, one in the game against Moorfield yesterday and one against Williamson. So the outside shooting, not a particular strong aspect for the Crusaders, and that's unusual because we've seen Parkersburg Catholic teams in the past, especially in the Stracula days, had a lot of good outside shooting.
Stracula up at Waynesburg, Pennsylvania now, where he had a very good freshman year, averaged around 17 points a game. I think in the second half, if you're Valley Fayette, you really want to turn up the heat on your athletic ability. We saw periods of that, particularly in the second quarter, where they were aggressive, going after the ball on the boards, and then getting down the floor and creating space to finish off. Valley Fayette plays their best basketball when they are an aggressive team.
Waddy at times looked like he was going to take the game over. He hit the 3-pointer, he had the drive down the lane and the finger roll. But by and large, the Parkersburg Catholic defensive philosophy and their game plan in this game has paid off. They put a much smaller Craig Medley on him to just harass him. And as you mentioned, you made a good point early with Jason Shepard picking up the 3 fouls early in the contest. That brought Waddy out from the basket a little bit because other than Shepard, he's their primary ball handler.
Coming out of that 20-second timeout that Tom Sutherland called at about the 4-minute mark of the second quarter, Kyle, really thought Valley Fayette got into a much more consistent offense. Started pushing the ball to the baseline, pushing it toward the block. Once Valley Fayette hit a couple of baskets off that, what did it do? It opened up the three-point look for Sean Waddy. He stepped up, nailed it late in the first half.
Parkersburg Catholic has been an excellent shooting team through 2 games in this tournament. 27 of 47, 57% from the field in the semifinal win over Moorfield. In the quarterfinal round, the Crusaders were 25 of 55, 45% in this game. Just 8 of 27, 30%. You know that poor shooting isn't going to continue. We can probably write that off to one poor quarter, the second where Parkersburg Catholic was just 2 of 17 from the field.
And what you may have to see is Craig Medley actually starting to step up a little bit more offensively. If he can do a little penetration, that might allow Borkowski to get a better look at going inside. Medley is not a very strong offensive player. He's a playmaker, great defensive player, but seniors step up in important games and do things that they not are accustomed to doing. This may be the call now for Craig Medley in the second half.
Medley's a very smart player. The one thing about him, he doesn't make many mistakes. When he has the opportunity to score, he can. He has 11 points in the 2 games so far coming into this tournament, or into this championship game. He hasn't scored today, but he had hit his first 4 field goal attempts in the first 2 games. Parkersburg Catholic gets the ball to start quarter number 3. We're underway. Second half, Class Single A state championship game. And the Crusaders trailing by 1, trying to retake the lead as they bounce it in to Drummond. He has the ball knocked away by Ferguson out of bounds, so Parkersburg Catholic will set it in under the basket with Medley to trigger. Medley slaps the ball. Throws it into Wooten beyond the 3-point arc. He's guarded closely by Bowles. Wooten double dribbled. Violation on Parkersburg Catholic. Gives it back to Valley Fayette. The Greyhounds with a 1-point lead. We're 30 seconds deep into quarter number 3. It's 20-19. Valley Fayette in the lead. Shepard bringing it up against Borkowski. He works around a screen. Good help defense by Wooten to cut off Shepard's drive. Now a throw back out to Bowles. Bowles guarded by David Borkowski. Near side hash now. Shepard has it. Waddy working hard to try and get the ball against Medley down in the blocks. Medley giving up 4 inches, and he's done a very good physical defensive job against Waddy. Here is Bowles driving down the right side of the lane, a little stutter step, and he drew the foul as he approached the paint.
I like this defensive adjustment Manillo has made. He brings Wooten, the 6'3" freshman, out to guard Shepard, the point guard and senior. Now, what's the reasoning here? Shepard can't put the ball on the floor and go to the basket aggressively with those 3 fouls. So with the long arms of Wooten, he's able to stand outside and harass the point guard.
Here's an entry pass, turnaround shot, rolls over the lip of the rim and falls for Monty Ferguson. So that puts Valley Fayette up by 3. That last Parkersburg foul, by the way, on Eric Drummond. The 6'4" senior picks up his second. It's 22-19, Valley Fayette in the lead. Here is Medley penetrating, kicking to Wooten. Wooten passes up the shot, bounces back to Medley. Now Borkowski on the left wing, back to Medley. They're working around the perimeter. Medley with a hook pass to Borkowski for a wide open 3-pointer. It's short. Offensive rebound, McGinnis. He puts it on the floor, goes up and scores. Robbie McGinnis with 6. And the lead is back down to 1.
Aggressiveness around the basket, the key for Catholic yesterday against Moorfield. They've done it at times in this game, starting out the second half once more.
Waddy gets the ball at the foul line, then backs away from the defense. He gives it off to Ferguson, who shoots a 3. Rebound Wooten. Wooten finds Medley. Medley gets it to Borkowski. Borkowski down the near sideline, open for 3. Doesn't take it. He forced a pass inside. It was stolen away by Ferguson. Borkowski made a mistake trying to get it inside to Drummond, and Ferguson took it away. Waddy brings it up the floor. His team up by 1. Valley Fayette leading 22-21. Ramsey will shoot a 19-footer. It's a 3-pointer off the back of the rim. No good. A rebound tapped by Bowles to Medley of Parkersburg Catholic. Quickly into the front court. Borkowski puts his head down, drives to the baseline. Hook pass inside to Wooten. He goes up strong, and he scores. The foul, however, was before the shot. No basket. Wooten drew the foul.
Passed 2 times down the floor. Not very good shot selection on the part of Valley Fayette. Ferguson and Ramsey, primarily inside players, step out to hit the perimeter shot. Borkowski at that time able to penetrate. See what happens when he does good things for Catholic.
The foul on Waddy, it's his second. Parkersburg Catholic with the ball. Here is Medley driving in. Another hook pass out to Borkowski for a wide open three. This one short as well. It's off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Ferguson. Borkowski's pulling the trigger. He's just coming up short. Here's a steal in the open court by Borkowski. He dishes it off to Medley. Oh, and a blocked shot by Waddy. He tied him up. Sean Waddy was the only defender back as Borkowski and Medley were breaking in 2-on-1. Waddy forced Borkowski to give up the ball. He then recovered and blocked Medley's shot. A tremendous defensive play by Sean Waddy. And a timeout on the floor. This Metro News Sports broadcast is being sponsored in part.
You're listening to Metro News coverage of the 1999 state championships.
A 1-point lead for Valley Fayette, preserved by an unbelievable defensive play by Sean Waddy. And on the alternating possession, Valley Fayette gets the ball back. Waddy forced Borkowski to give up the basketball. He then recovered and blocked Medley's shot in the lane. Valley breaks the full court pressure. Here is Shepard dribbling between his legs, guarded by Borkowski. Borkowski, right side to Bowles. Bowles looks inside. He'll shoot a long three-pointer. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound McGinnis of Parkersburg Catholic. He fired that one up from 22 feet.
3 straight times down the floor. 3 shots at 15 feet or more for Valley Fayette.
Parkersburg Catholic 3 of 21 from the field. That's the second and third quarter shooting for Parkersburg Catholic. Here is Medley, but they're still in the game. It's a 1-point game. That's the amazing thing. Here is McGinnis with a jump step in the lane. His shot put up no good. Rebound pulled down by Ramsey. Ramsey the outlet to Shepard. Shepard dribbling with the left hand in the front court, picked up by Borkowski. Shepard throws right wing for Bowles. Bowles looks inside. Now he puts it on the floor, works around the defender. Good help defense. Parkersburg Catholic's been doing that all day. That time McGinnis slid over to stop the drive. Here is Ramsey with a pass inside to the cutting Bowles. His shot is up off the back of the rim and it fell through. Marion Bowles with 9. He now leads the Greyhounds in scoring, and Valley Fayette leads the game by 3. Borkowski, far side hash. He threw it away. He tried to skip the pass over the defense to McGinnis in the corner. McGinnis had broken for the goal, however, expecting a rebound opportunity. The pass sailed over his head. That's the 11th Parkersburg Catholic turnover. 3:47 to go. Ramsey gets it ahead to Ferguson into the front court. Ferguson waits for Shepard to catch up to him, and he hands it to Shepard right at the hash mark. 3.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Valley up 24-21. Shepard to the baseline, bounces it off. Shot put up and in by Ferguson. Ferguson caught it in the blocks and put it up and in over the defense.
Nice job by Shepard. McGinnis had to come out on the baseline to stop the guard penetration, and Shepard gave a nice feed inside.
Medley penetrates inside the three-point arc. He gives it off to Wooten. Wooten drives against the double team, misses the shot. Rebound Borkowski. Borkowski fires it out to Medley. Medley penetrates again, pulls up left of the lane, and then gives it off to Drummond. Medley has it back to Wooten. Wooten will shoot an 18-footer, and it's in. Rusty Wooten with 8 points, and the freshman bringing his team back. Parkersburg Catholic down by 3 now, and the ball is knocked away from Shepard. It bounced high into the air, but a foul was called on Parkersburg Catholic. They had Shepard trapped. He tried to split the double team. Someone batted the ball out of there, but a foul was called on Borkowski. That'll be his first.
That was an important possession for Parkersburg Catholic. They needed a basket there, Kyle, because Valley was getting ready to go on a mini run. The 9th grader steps up big again.
Valley had built the lead to 5. That was the largest lead for the Greyhounds. Now it's back to 3 as Valley brings it in 2-on-2. Bowles with it, throws it back out to Shepard. Shepard to Waddy. An open 3 coming from 21 feet. It's short. Rebound tipped around. Controlled by Drummond. A quick outlet to Craig Medley. Medley brings it into the front court. Medley spins around the defense. Goes down the right side of the lane. He throws it off to McGinnis. McGinnis pass in the lane. Intended for Drummond. Is tipped away and stolen. Here's a long pass ahead of the field to Ferguson. Layup good. Monty Ferguson beat everyone down the court. And he got the long pass after the turnover. And Valley Fayette's back up by 5, 28-23 with 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Here is Borkowski, hook pass underneath to McGinnis. McGinnis drew the foul as he went up strong with the shot. He caught the ball, came back down, waited for the defense to commit, then went back up, drawing the contact.
Parkersburg Catholic still having trouble getting their penetration. Valley Fayette is now gambling they are overplaying the passing lanes with the gamble that their club is quicker than Parkersburg Catholic and can get over and correct any mistakes.
McGinnis at the line. The first shot is up and in. There haven't been many free throw attempts at all in this game. In fact, Valley Fayette has yet to go to the free throw line at all. McGinnis with 7 points now. Second shot is up, and it's nothing but net. McGinnis, 5 of 6 from the free throw line in this tournament. He has 8 points today, 23 for the tournament. Lauder back in for Parkersburg Catholic at the dead ball. 2 minutes to go. It's a 3-point Valley lead. Here is Ramsey spearheading the break. A nice pass off the Bulls, who cuts to the basket and scores. By far, this is Marion Bowles' best game of the tournament.
And as long as Shepard doesn't pick up that 4th foul, Parkersburg is going to have trouble giving them problems on the full court pressure.
Borkowski bounced once, throws to Medley. It's a 5-point lead for the Greyhounds of Valley Fayette. Borkowski, hook pass in the corner to Wooten. He drives the baseline, shoots it up over the double team, hits the side of the backboard. Rebound, Lauder. He heard some contact in there, but no call. The loose ball back out to Shepard. He takes it the length of the court, dishes off to Waddy at the last second, and Waddy gets the lay-in. 9 points for Waddy, and it's a 7-point lead for Valley Fayette, the biggest of the contest. Medley drives into the lane, tries to split the defense, and the foul call this time. That foul stops the clock with 1:12 to go, third quarter. The foul goes on Jacques Ramsey. It's his first and the team's third. Parkersburg Catholic in need of a bucket. They get it into Lauder. He passes up the 3, skips it to Borkowski. Borkowski fakes the 3. Now back out to Medley. He'll shoot the 3. It's up and in. Craig Medley answering with his first field goal of the game, and that's one that the Crusaders badly needed.
Medley has not missed in field goals this tournament. He is 5 of 5 from the field.
Under a minute to go. It's a 32-28 Valley Fayette lead. Parkersburg Catholic trying to come up with a stop on defense. Here's Shepard bouncing one in off the glass. Shepard used the window and banked it in from 10 feet.
I think the way you got to come up on defense now is to get that 4th foul on Shepard or make somebody else work the point and attack the press.
30 seconds to go in the quarter. Wooten in the corner, throws to Borkowski, back to Wooten. Wooten puts it on the floor, then throws back out to Borkowski. Borkowski down the lane, pulls up from 10, has the shot blocked by Ramsey. The rebound comes to Shepard. He dribbles behind his back at the hash. Into the front court, Shepard all the way. Shot up off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Bulls, as he was falling to the floor. He threw it up. That shot was no good. The rebound came down to Ramsey, and Ramsey was tied up. Shepard slow in getting up, down underneath the basket. But he's back to his feet. And the alternating possession gives it to Parkersburg Catholic. 13 seconds to go, so still plenty of time for Parkersburg Catholic to get a good shot. Trailing by 6. Borkowski brings it up, unguarded. Off to Lauder. Back to Borkowski. Left side, Craig Medley. Borkowski shoots a long 3. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound to Bulls, and time runs out in the third period. That's the end of the third quarter from the 1999 state championships in Charleston. With the score, Valley Fayette 34, Parkersburg Catholic 28. This is the Metro News Radio Network. Final quarter of the season for these two clubs, vying for the Class Single A state championship. The Greyhounds lead by 6. Shepard with it, guarded by Borkowski. He tipped it away and fouled it. Second foul on Borkowski. Shepard was trying to back him in. And Borkowski reached around with the left hand, batted the ball out of there, but he picks up his second foul.
What a turnaround story for Shepard in this game. Nearly had to exit 3 minutes into the contest, but in the third quarter, he took over offensively for his team.
There's a pass inbounds to Ramsey. He works himself under the goal, and he scores. Jacques Ramsey used that big body to pull his way back out from underneath the basket, and he ended up getting the shot. 36-28 is the score. Here's Borkowski trying to answer. Off to Lauder. Three-pointer in the air. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by Ferguson. Parkersburg Catholic 3 of 12 shooting in that last quarter. 3 of 11 in the quarter. 5 of 29 for the second half. That's under 18%. Valley Fayette shooting better now. 8 of 12. Here is Ramsey with the pass off to a wide-open Waddy underneath. Waddy scores. He has the 11, and it's a 10-point Valley lead with 7:10 to go. Biggest lead of the game for the Greyhounds. Medley to Borkowski. Far side hash. Back to Medley. Medley trying to penetrate. Lauder has it on the right wing. He gets it inside to Wooten. Turnaround shot from 14, no good. Rebound to Valley. Quick outlet to Shepard. Shepard into the front court. Pulls up at the foul line. Left-handed 15-footer is in the air. No good. Rebound this time to Wooten. He outlets to Borkowski. Borkowski gets around Shepard. Now peels away at the foul line as the break doesn't materialize. Lob over the defense to Wooten. Wooten looks inside, puts it on the floor, and he drew the foul on Waddy.
Couple of questions to be answered here. When will Parkersburg Catholic put together their mini run? And will it be too late by the time they do so? Tom Sutherland will take a timeout.
That last foul on Waddy, it's his fourth. And Tom Sutherland calls a timeout on the Valley Fayette bench. This Metro News Sports exclusive is being sponsored in part by Fairmont
State Championships.
A 10-point lead for the Greyhounds of Valley Fayette. 6:36 to go in the contest. Sean Waddy just picked up his fourth. Shepard, of course, has been playing most of the last 2 quarters with 3. Both those players still in there. Here's a pass knocked away by Ramsey, stolen by Waddy. Bad pass by Parkersburg Catholic, gives it back to Valley Fayette. Waddy walks it up. Waddy with a bounce off right side to Ferguson. Ferguson looks inside, then gives it to Bulls, head of the key. Bulls on the right wing now to Shepard. Shepard guarded by Borkowski. Parkersburg Catholic turning up the defensive intensity and a blocking foul called on Borkowski. He tried to step in and draw the offensive foul against Shepard, but it didn't work. Now Borkowski has 3.
With the 4 fouls on Waddy, Parkersburg Catholic can come out, extend that defense a little bit more towards the perimeter, looking to double team, because Waddy, if he gets it inside, can aggressively attack the basket like he did previously.
Waddy hands to Shepard. Shepard goes right to the board. His left-handed shot is up and in. Shepard took the inbounds pass, took it right to the goal. Scores his 7th and 8th points of the contest, and it's a 12-point Valley Fayette lead. Borkowski with it to Lauder. Lauder in there for his 3-point shooting ability. Here's Medley, right wing. Medley has hit his only 3-point shot of the contest. Off to Borkowski. He penetrates inside the foul line and draws the foul. Both Bulls and Ramsey were there. Neither of those 2 players in foul trouble.
Now there's Dave Borkowski playing to his strength, able to get the penetration and draw the foul. First 2 years down here, Borkowski, an excellent free throw shooter. This tournament, he's been inconsistent from the line.
First foul shot here by Borkowski is up and in. He's been pretty good today. That is 4 of 5 now for Borkowski. The thing that's hard to explain is the fact that he's been held scoreless from the field. He's 0 of 10 in field goal opportunities. No field goals for Borkowski, who came in averaging just under 15 points per game.
He has been challenged anytime he's tried to drive inside. And Valley Fayette has been very skilled at cutting off the strength of Borkowski.
Second shot up and in. Borkowski's hit 4 straight free throws. He has 5 points for the game. It's a 10-point Valley Fayette lead. Here's a pass across the lane, out of bounds. Last touch by Ferguson. So Parkersburg Catholic with an opportunity to make a run here. 2 free throws cut the lead to 10. Now they can cut into it further. Anthony Harris is in the contest as the senior point guard Medley sits down for a rest. Borkowski playing the point. Off to Lauder. He bounces once. Throws in the corner to McGinnis. McGinnis puts it on the floor. Pulls up outside the lane. Gives it off inside to Drummond, who scores. Drummond with 8. The lead's down to 8. Valley into the front court with Ferguson. Ferguson goes up strong. This is the shot. Rebound tapped around. Body's down on the floor. And a timeout was called by Valley Fayette as the player who had the ball, Ferguson, had fallen to the floor. Borkowski tripped over him.
Good opportunity for Tom Sutherland to get with his club and talk about what to do once you get the ball across midcourt against that trap.
Here is the Metro News 20-second sports ticker. As soon as this Class Single A state championship game is complete, we'll have 20-4 Bluefield going up against 23-2 Tug Valley for the Class AA state championship. Then at 7:15 tonight, it's North Marion against Capital for the Class AAA state title.
Kyle, Valley Fayette doing a nice job getting the ball over the midcourt stripe, but even when they don't have the numbers, the Greyhounds keep trying to push it inside and score. Sutherland wants them to pull it back out, run their offense.
Waddy to throw it in for the Greyhounds. He tries to get it to Bulls. It was deflected out of bounds by Lauder. So Waddy goes to the other side of the basket. And he'll set it inbounds once again. He's guarded by Anthony Harris. Waddy looking to get it in. And he gets it to Ferguson, who shoots it up and in. Ferguson right off the inbounds play. Time and time again, Valley's been able to score under its own basket on the inbounds play. Here is Harris with a pass inside. Shot put up on a strong move by Drummond. It's no good, but Drummond drew the foul. And he'll go to the free throw line.
I think Parkersburg Catholic's offensive scheme is becoming more and more evident. You've got to let Drummond get a look at it. He has been the most consistent around the basket today. Not as intimidated by Valley Fayette.
That foul on Monty Ferguson, it's his second. It puts Drummond at the line for the first time today. He misses the first foul shot. Drummond with 8 points today, 43 for the tournament. McGinnis, Drummond, and Wooten all have 8 points to lead Parkersburg Catholic. Now Drummond has 9 as he hits the second foul shot. Here's Wooten back into the contest. He'll replace Drummond. Wooten will come in and guard the inbounds man as Parkersburg Catholic attempts to trap. Shepard gives it to Waddy. It went off his hands out of bounds. Shepard was dribbling right at Waddy. It looked like Waddy was going to set a screen, and Shepard tried to give him the basketball, and Waddy wasn't expecting it. It hit him in the hands and went out of bounds. 10th Valley Fayette turnover, and Parkersburg Catholic again with an opportunity to trim the lead. Here's Lauder, guarded by Waddy. He lobs it up to Harris. Harris, a bounce off left side of Borkowski. They get it in to Wooten. Wooten tries to fake the defense in the air. That didn't work, so they throw it back out. Here's Borkowski driving in the lane, misses the shot, tried to get his own rebound. It's tipped out, loose, heading towards the sidelines. It belongs to Valley Fayette. Shepard again hitting the floor, trying to go after that loose ball. And the ball will belong to Shepard's Greyhounds. 4:21 to go in the contest. At Valley leading Parkersburg Catholic 42 to 33. Valley gets it into Bowles. Bowles into the front court, guarded by Lauder. Lauder to Ramsey. Ramsey checked by Wooten. He dribbles around the defense, nearly loses it, then throws right wing to Ferguson. Ferguson with one dribble. He throws in the corner to Waddy. Waddy takes it to the lane, finds Ramsey, layup good. That pushes the lead to 11 with 3:53 to go in the contest. Valley shooting 71% from the field in the fourth quarter. They've opened an 11-point lead. Here's Wooten trying to answer. His short shot no good. Wooten got his own rebound, but a foul on a Parkersburg Catholic player going over the back. Clock stopped, 3:41 to go. The foul will go on Lauder. That's his first. It's an 11-point lead for Valley Fayette. Medley back into the contest for Parkersburg Catholic, along with Drummond. And here's another Valley turnover. Ramsey tried to lob the inbounds pass to Shepard. Shepard jumped high for it. Had the ball go out of his hands and out of bounds.
Catholic's doing a pretty good job turning up the pressure with that trap. However, the Crusaders, once they get the ball back, have not been able to convert.
The Crusaders send it into Borkowski, who penetrates the lane and draws the foul. Clock stopped with 3:36 to go. That foul on Shepard, it's his fourth. So Shepard and Waddy both in there with 4 fouls. An 11-point Valley Fayette lead. Borkowski of Parkersburg Catholic with a chance to cut into the lead with no time going off the clock. First free throw is up and in. Borkowski still without a field goal. He's 6 of 7 from the foul line. Make it 7 of 8. McGinnis back in for Parkersburg Catholic as Wooten takes a seat. Lead down to 9.
Kyle Shepard picked up his third foul 3 minutes into the game. First quarter, 3 minutes into the game, he had 3 fouls. Doesn't get his fourth until just over 3 minutes remain in the contest.
Valley gets it into Shepard, who steams into the front court. Shepard peels off at the far side hash. He's harassed by Borkowski. Borkowski going for the steal. Shepard in the lane. He dribbled it off his foot, but the loose ball came to Bowles. Bowles picks it up. Bowles Looking inside, throws to Waddy between the circles, guarded by Medley. Medley all over it. Waddy bounces it off to Ferguson. 3:10 to go in the ball game. Ferguson down the lane, a dish off to Waddy, who scores. Sean Waddy with 13 points now, and a good look to get him the basketball. Waddy puts his team back up by 11. We're under 3 minutes to play. Borkowski dribbles towards the baseline. Now comes back out to Medley. Left side, Lauder. Lauder skips it back to Borkowski. He'll shoot a three. It's up, and it's in, and a foul. And that's 5 on Sean Waddy. Waddy fouled Borkowski as he drilled the three-pointer. And Sean Waddy fouls out of the game with 13 points.
Well, we talked about that. When would Parkersburg Catholic make their run? It's coming right now. The question to be still answered is it too late in the game? Shepard with the 4 fouls. Waddy out of the game now. If Shepard would pick up that 5th, who is going to run the points?
There's still plenty of time to go. 2:47 left in the game. And what a time for David Borkowski, the senior, to nail his first field goal of the contest. He drains a 3, draws the foul. He'll go to the line. And against this trap now, what Parkersburg Catholic has to do is force Shepard to give the ball up and make someone else attack it. Borkowski hits the free throw. He's been nearly perfect from the line. It's 46-39. Parkersburg Catholic trying to come back. Here is Shepard breaking the press into the front court. Shepard with it down the lane. Shot up with the left hand. No good. Rebound Parkersburg Catholic. 2.5 to play. The Crusaders can cut back into the lead. They've got Rusty Wooten at the scorer's table trying to get in to provide some offense. Here's McGinnis. Up off the glass and it's in. McGinnis scores with the left hand from the right, blocks, and a timeout. The lead is down to 5. Timeout is called. Clock stopped. 2:21 to go in the game. Parkersburg Catholic making its run. The lead is down to 5, and Rusty Wooten checks back into the game at the dead ball. Tom Sutherland's wondering why, once Shepard got that ball across the midcourt stripe, did he go ahead and attack 1-on-2 to the basket instead of peeling back out? Manillo, after the made basket for his club, takes the 20-second timeout. He wants Wooten back in the game. Rusty Wooten in there for offense. 8 points today. 42 for the tournament. 2:21 to go. Parkersburg Catholic setting up that half-court man-to-man trap. Valley Fayette gets it into McKenzie, who's checked into the game for Waddy, who fouled out. He gets it to Ramsey, who brings it across the time stripe. Ramsey hands the Bulls. He has it tipped away by Lauder, and a foul is called on Kevin Lauder. It's his second. Team foul number 6, so still not in the 1-and-1 for Valley. Valley will set it in on the near sideline, leading by 5, 46-41, 2:10 to go. Bulls throws it into Ferguson. Ferguson guarded by Wooten. Ferguson dribbles behind his back. Wooten on it. He gives it off the Bulls. Valley trying to work the clock here as they spread the offense, down under 2 minutes to go. Driving in his Bulls. His shot is up. No good. A rebound, Borkowski. Borkowski wants to run. He's fouled from behind by Monty Ferguson. That'll be Ferguson's 4th foul. Clock stopped. 1:52 to go. It's the 10th team foul on Valley Fayette. It'll put Borkowski at the line to shoot 2, where he's been money at the free throw line so far today. Look at Jock Ramsey underneath the defensive basket now for Valley Fayette. They're lined up at the free throw line. Ramsey is waving his arms, very animated. Hold on to the ball. Borkowski 8 of 9 from the foul line, and he hits the first one here. Borkowski bringing his team back. He has 12 points now. He's been quiet, but Borkowski has taken this game over. How many times in this run by Parkersburg Catholic has Valley Fayette fouled, letting the Crusaders score with the clock stopped? And the 2 free throws by Borkowski cuts the lead to 3. 46-43 is the score. 1:52 to go. Into the front court, Valley. A long pass to McKenzie. McKenzie takes it up. Misses the shot. Rebound tipped around. It's loose. Heading for the sideline. Picked up by Bulls. 1:40 to go and a loose ball. And a foul called as Lauder again tried to dive and pick up the steal. He ended up fouling Monty Ferguson. The foul on Lauder, his 3rd. Team foul number 7, and it puts Valley Fayette at the free throw line here.
Valley Fayette shot free throws extremely well yesterday against Tigard. 10 of 13 for the game.
Ferguson, foul shot, no good. Rebound to Medley. 1:34 to go. Parkersburg Catholic has come back from 11 points down in the second half. And now a turnover. Borkowski lost his footing just outside the lane and threw a bad pass. It was intercepted. Ferguson had the loose ball. And a foul on Borkowski. That's his 4th.
Excellent job of recovering defensively for Valley Fayette. Borkowski got in the lane, but Fayette was able to cut off the passing lanes, not allow Borkowski to drop it off. Got held up, confused, and committed the turnover.
Ferguson at the line, but first the timeout. Monty Ferguson missed the front end of a 1-and-1 just moments ago. You're listening to the 1999 West Virginia State Basketball Championships, brought to you.
Charleston, this is the 1999 State Championships.
1:25 to go. Valley leading by 3. Monty Ferguson at the foul line. That last missed free throw by Ferguson on the 1-and-1 attempt. The Greyhounds' first free throw attempt in this entire game. Resetting things, Parkersburg Catholic with 2 timeouts left. Valley Fayette with 1. The possession arrow pointing in Parkersburg Catholic's favor. Here's Ferguson at the line. Shot up, it's in. That pushes the lead to 4. That's huge. 47-43 the score. 1:25 to go. Ferguson with the second shot. It's up and it's in. Ferguson now with 10 points. And it's a 5-point Valley Fayette lead. 1:24 to go. Parkersburg Catholic needs a quick hoop. Here's Borkowski giving it off to Wooten. And Wooten traveled with it. Turnover, giving it back to Valley Fayette. Now the Crusaders need a quick foul or a steal. Ramsey to set it in. Pass is tipped and deflected out of bounds by Medley. Oh, they say it deflected off the Valley Fayette player's hands. They say it deflected off of McKenzie's hands after Medley nearly knocked it out of bounds in the lane. So the ball goes to Parkersburg Catholic in a huge break. Inside they go, and they get it to Drummond on the inbounds play. He scores and draws the foul.
Wooten was wanting to get the ball to Drummond when he turned the ball over on the walk. Parkersburg Catholic still has plenty of time and afforded the opportunity to work for the 2. Not only that, Kyle, but following that turnover, which gives them the ball back, Catholic also has the possession arrow if they could get a tie-up.
A huge turn of events. That play on the inbounds play where it looked like Medley knocked it out of bounds, but instead it was deflected by Medley off of the Valley Fayette player. So Parkersburg Catholic gets the ball, then they get a 3-point play or a potential 3-point play on the inbounds play. What's worse, Ferguson is just fouled out. So he's the second Greyhound starter to leave the game. The free throw is up and in. Drummond converts on the 3-point play. He has 12. McGinnis back in for Parkersburg Catholic. Wooten takes a seat. It's a 2-point game with 1:15 to go. Valley Fayette trying to preserve this lead. The Greyhounds get it into Shepard. Shepard bounces it off to Ramsey. Ramsey back to Shepard. Shepard down the near sideline. Pass ahead to the freshman McKenzie. McKenzie with a hook pass back out front to Shepard. Valley Fayette will try and work clock. We're under a minute to go. 48-46, the Greyhounds in the lead. Shepard traveled with the basketball. Shepard picked up his dribble, was guarded close by Borkowski. Now Shepard comes out of the fray limping. Shepard limping back to play defense. He's going to stay in there. He apparently turned or twisted his ankle on that last possession. He is hurting. Parkersburg Catholic with a chance to tie with 55.6 seconds to go. The Crusaders trailed 44-35 at the 3:36 mark. Here we are, 50 seconds to go, and Parkersburg Catholic can tie or take the lead with a 3. Borkowski dribbling to the lane, out to Lauder for a 3. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Oh, and a big rebound pulled down by Valley Fayette. He fell to the floor and traveled. That rebound pulled down by Chris Groom. He fell to the floor, and a traveling violation was called.
Not a wise shot on the part of Parkersburg Catholic. Did not need the 3. Got to give a chance to let Drummond be open inside.
40 seconds to go. Parkersburg Catholic gets the ball back. Medley looks inside for Drummond. He has the ball stripped away and stolen. It's loose. Groom flies into the scorer's table, loses it out of bounds. It goes back to Parkersburg Catholic. Unbelievable. Unbelievable the breaks that Parkersburg Catholic has received here in the final minute in an attempt to try and tie this game. Parkersburg Catholic with it back. Medley bounces it off to Borkowski. He penetrates at the foul line, pulls up from 15, shot, rolls around and falls. We are tied, 25 seconds to go. Parkersburg Catholic has come all the way back on the jump shot by David Borkowski. He has 15 points. Borkowski has dominated this fourth quarter, bringing his team back.
Borkowski knew if he could just penetrate to the foul line that Valley Fayette was going to stay back and pack that zone in so that Drummond could not get a touch. Borkowski able to slide by Shepard, had the ball fake, then maintained his concentration and got the soft roll.
Over in that huddle, to our left on the Valley Fayette sidelines, they've got to be thinking, can we catch one lousy break? Every loose ball recovered by Parkersburg Catholic, everything going out of bounds, off the fingertips of Valley Fayette players, giving the ball back to Parkersburg Catholic. The Greyhounds have had two starters foul out, Ferguson and Waddy here in the fourth quarter, and now it's a brand new ball game. 48-48, 25 seconds to go.
Well, this is an opportunity now to where Parkersburg Catholic can set up again in that full court pressure, try to deny the ball to Shepard. And with different substitutions in the game now, you got to feel that they're not as comfortable attacking the press.
Let's head over to the far sidelines and Fred Persinger.
Behind that Valley bench, head coach Tom Sutherland, ever the veteran. First of all, he used the first 30 seconds to chastise them for not playing great defense on one end. And then he comes back and says, this is what we want to do. 25 seconds less. The worst we can do is go to overtime. Make sure we get a good shot with little time left on the clock.
Full court pressure applied. Jacques Ramsey will trigger. Ramsey still looking. They've got a timeout left. He may have to use it, but he gets into Shepard. Shepard with the ball, guarded by Borkowski. Everyone else clears out. Shepard brings it up. Now Lauder picks him up. Shepard, near side hash mark. Clock down to 15 seconds. Shepard dribbling with the right hand. Goes behind his back. Goes inside the three-point arc. Puts it up from 14 feet. Shot no good. 8 seconds to go. It's run down in the corner by Bowles. He throws it out to Fragel, who's in the game. Shot up no good. 2 seconds to go. Parkersburg Catholic gets the rebound, and they get a timeout with 0.7 seconds to go. Valley Fayette with 2 shots to score. Shepard missed the shot from inside the lane. They got the offensive rebound. Bubby Fragel had checked into the game. He had a shot partially deflected. He missed from about 18 feet. Then the rebound came down to Parkersburg Catholic, and the Crusaders got the quick timeout.
Dave Borkowski, 4 personal fouls, able to defend Shepard as aggressively as what he did.
0.7 seconds to go. And a dejected Sean Waddy, who's fouled out of this game, sitting by himself on the floor near the end of the Valley Fayette bench. Let's go back to Fred Persinger.
Kyle, what they're going to do now, they had to remind them, first of all, they will be on the spot, so they can't move. What Coach Manella wants them to do, throw it towards their basket. Don't try and just inbound it close, because with 0.7 seconds left, don't give them a chance to steal the basketball.
Parkersburg Catholic won its first round game over Williamson on a miraculous last-second shot. They trailed by 1 in that instance. The worst the Crusaders can do here is overtime, and the inbounds pass comes to Borkowski. He turns and fires at the length of the court. The ball is well short, so we're headed to overtime.
For the second time this decade, the single-A championship advances to an overtime period. It was 1994 when Doddridge and Birch went into the extra period, and you remember it was L.R. Salmons on an offensive stickback off the second missed shot near the buzzer of that overtime period that gave Doddridge the 42-41 victory in overtime and the single-A championship 5 years ago.
Parkersburg Catholic coming back from a double-digit deficit. They trailed by 9. Parkersburg Catholic trailed by 9 with 3:36 to go. And they were down by double digits a couple of times in this fourth quarter, but it's all even now. And Speedy, the foul situation, absolutely crucial. We mentioned Ferguson is out of the game. Sean Waddy's out of the game. Shepard playing with 4 for Valley Fayette. Parkersburg Catholic has Borkowski playing with 4.
Well, if Sean Waddy's in the game with that final 18 seconds to go, chances are he's going to find a way to get fouled, get a teammate open.
4-minute overtime session set to begin. It'll start with a jump ball between Rusty Wooten and C.J. McKenzie, a couple of freshmen. McKenzie at 6'3" for Valley Fayette. Wooten at 6'4" for Parkersburg Catholic. The ball is in the air, and it's won by Wooten back to Shepard. What a tremendous single-A state championship game we've had. Parkersburg Catholic rallying in the fourth quarter to tie Valley Fayette. Here is Ramsey, head of the key, off to Groom, who's into the game. Groom with it. Looking inside. He threw it away. He tried to hit Bowles with a pass on the left wing. Sailed it wide. The turnover gives it back to Parkersburg Catholic. And the Crusaders can take the lead after being down by double digits in the fourth quarter. Medley calls out the play. Throws to right wing to Borkowski. In the corner, it's McGinnis. McGinnis is bumped by Groom. It'll be the first foul on Chris Groom.
This team foul situation becomes important also. Parkersburg Catholic shooting the double bonus in this overtime period. However, the Crusaders only have 18 fouls, so even when they would foul Valley Fayette, it's a 1-and-1.
McGinnis at the line to shoot 2. He's 2 of 2 from the line today. 5 of 6 for the tournament. He misses it here. McGinnis with a 2-shot opportunity, missed the first. And the second is up and in. So that breaks the tie. It's 49-48. Parkersburg Catholic almost unbelievably back in the lead in this contest. 3:24 to go in the first overtime. The Crusaders lead by 1. Here is Shepard, guarded by Medley now. Shepard into the lane, puts up the shot with the left hand. It's no good. A rebound out of bounds. It belongs to Parkersburg Catholic. 49-48 the score. A 1-point lead for Parkersburg Catholic. Here's Bubby Fragel into the contest for Valley. Parkersburg Catholic with the lead. It'll be interesting to see if they try and work the clock here, if they attack the basket. Borkowski brings it up. Off to Medley. Right side to Borkowski. Dribbles once, throws back on the right wing to Medley. Medley cuts through the lane. Now Borkowski has it. An entry pass is stolen away. He tried to get it to Drummond, but it was deflected and stolen by Valley Fayette.
Shepard is out of the game. Let's see how Valley runs the offense with their point guard on the bench.
McKenzie, right wing. They get it inside to McKenzie now. Turnaround jumper is good. C.J. McKenzie, the freshman, coming up huge. His first 2 points of the game, putting Valley Fayette back in the lead, 50-49. 2.5 minutes to play. Medley to Borkowski in front of the Parkersburg bench. Jeff Manila up off that bench, kneeling on the sidelines. Here's Borkowski driving down the left baseline. Pass swatted out of there. It's recovered by Drummond. Drummond gives it back to Medley, who penetrates the foul line. Off to McGinnis. Shot is up and in. It's a 2-pointer from 19 feet for Robbie McGinnis. McGinnis with 13 points. And Parkersburg Catholic is back in the lead at 51-50. Valley trying to answer as these two teams slug it out in overtime. 2 minutes to go in the game. Ramsey with it. Stops at the foul line. Throws it off to McKenzie. McKenzie down the right baseline. Shot up and in. How about that freshman coming off the bench? Picking up his Valley Fayette Greyhounds teammates after Waddy and Ferguson both foul out. McKenzie with 2 field goals in overtime. And Valley Fayette back in the lead. Here's Wooten, a freshman for Parkersburg Catholic. Turnaround shot, no good from 14 feet. Rebound to Valley. Now the Greyhounds back in control, leading by 1 with the ball. 90 seconds to go in this contest.
Next dead ball, Shepard will re-enter for Valley Fayette.
Here is Groom, head of the key, putting it on the floor. He passes it off right side to the freshman McKenzie. McKenzie off to Fragel. Fragel penetrates, kicks it back to Ramsey for a 3. It's in and out, but a foul underneath the basket. That darn near went in. A foul underneath against Valley Fayette. Will walk to the other end to shoot free throws.
Probably not the best shot selection on the part of Valley Fayette. Taking your center out to spot up for a 3 with 1:20 to go. Nearly went in for Ramsey. But with these substitutes that Tom Sutherland has used in this overtime period, They have done a good job executing the offense and playing very good defense underneath.
The foul is on Groom. It's his second at the other end. Robbie McGinnis shoots free throws. He hits the first. McGinnis has every Parkersburg Catholic point in this overtime. He's hit a couple of free throws. He also has a field goal. We're tied at 52. McGinnis tries to break the tie here with the second shot. It's up and in. 53-52. Parkersburg Catholic in the lead. Lauder comes back in for Parkersburg Catholic as McGinnis sits down after hitting those clutch foul shots. 1:18 to go. Full court pressure applied again by Parkersburg Catholic. Shepard bringing it up against Medley. Medley tips it away, nearly steals it. Shepard recovers at midcourt. Across the time stripe he goes. He gives it off to Ramsey. Ramsey beyond the arc, puts it on the floor, drives down the lane, a dish at the last second and a block shot. The shot rejected by Drummond. Fragel put it up. Drummond blocked it out of there. The rebound came to Shepard, and Shepard has the ball tipped out of bounds in the corner by Medley.
Ramsey did a nice job making amends for that ill-advised three-point shot attempt. Beautiful job putting it on the floor, feeding the teammate, but what a recovery by Drummond.
The ball belongs to Valley Fayette after Medley went after the steal and knocked it out of bounds. McGinnis back in for Parkersburg Catholic at the dead ball. Bowles has it. The Greyhounds trailing by 1. 50 seconds to go. Fragel, near side hash, dribbling towards the baseline. Picks up the dribble, guarded by Borkowski. A bounce into Ramsey. He puts it up, missed the shot, offensive rebound, and it's back in. Jacques Ramsey with the stick back, putting Valley Fayette up 54-53. 35 seconds to go in the ball game. No timeout yet by Parkersburg Catholic. Here's Wooten, left wing. Off to McGinnis. Medley head of the key to Borkowski. He drives in. Stutter step. A dump off at the last second. Shot blocked. Drummond missed the shot. He had it blocked by Bowles. The foul goes on Valley Fayette. It'll put Eric Drummond at the line with a chance to tie the game or put his team back in the lead.
Excellent job again of penetration by Borkowski. Patience on the part of Parkersburg Catholic until the opening was there.
Drummond at the line, first shot up, no good. The best he can do now is tie the game with 21.4 seconds to go. Drummond 2 of 4 from the line so far today. Shot is up and it's in. That ties the game at 54. 20 seconds to go. Here comes Valley with a chance to win. Shepard in the front court. He'll be picked up by Medley as he crosses center court. Clock down to 12 seconds. Shepard still with the basketball, directing traffic. He calls a timeout with 8.9 seconds to go. We're tied at 54. Valley Fayette will try and set up a shot to win the game.
Kyle, Jacques Ramsey really took over. After he took that three-point shot attempt, knew that was a mistake. What did he do next time? Put the ball on the floor, fed a teammate even though the shot was blocked. Nice play. Next trip down the floor, Ramsey gets planted inside and he stays there and you can't move him out. Even though he missed the first shot, got in position to get the offensive rebound, and the senior put it back up and in.
Tom Sutherland getting clarification from the officials exactly where the ball is going to be set in bounds. He learns it's going to be set in near midcourt on the far sideline. Fred Persinger, what's the plan?
Kyle, that's one of the things he wanted to know. The other thing, he made sure his players knew they had one more timeout left just in case they couldn't get it in play. Once again, same scenario. 8.9 seconds left. We're tied. The worst we can do is double overtime. Take care of the basketball. Get a good shot.
Parkersburg Catholic back on the floor with Wooten, Medley, Borkowski, Drummond, and Lauder. Here comes Valley back on the floor.
Basic rule of thumb, Kyle. Give yourself an opportunity to follow up a missed shot and win it on a stick back.
8.9 seconds to go. Bowles will set the ball inbounds. The freshman McKenzie in the game because of the foul situation. They get it into Ramsey at midcourt. Clock down to 6 seconds. Ramsey dribbles towards the foul line. He puts the shot up. It's no good, but he's fouled. 2.7 seconds to go. An offensive foul called on Jacques Ramsey. They call the charge underneath. And the ball goes back to Parkersburg Catholic. Offensive foul called on Jacques Ramsey. 2.7 seconds to go.
It was the 9th grader, Rusty Wooten, who planted himself in the lane, and a good call by the officials. Ramsey had put the ball on the floor. You could see his path to the basket. The 9th grader stepped up, stayed firm, and drew the call.
Notice anything about the clock? 2.7 seconds, the amount of time that Parkersburg Catholic had when they won the game on the last second shot. They got it across the time stripe that time and called another timeout. Here's the pass in. It's off Borkowski's hands. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Parkersburg Catholic threw it away. That's exactly what they were trying to do. Get it to somebody at midcourt to call a timeout and set up a play, but it didn't work. Ball out of bounds, 1.6 seconds left. Now Valley has a shot to set up one last chance to win the game.
And Kyle, where the officials are pointing, Valley Fayette will inbound in front court, just inside the midcourt stripe.
1.6 seconds to go. Valley Fayette with another opportunity to try and win this contest. It's been a thriller. We're in overtime. Class Single A state championship action. 54-54 is the score. Parkersburg Catholic rallied from 9 points down in the final 3:36 of regulation to send the game into overtime. Valley Fayette playing in overtime without its best player and leading scorer Sean Waddy, who fouled out in the fourth quarter. Also Monty Ferguson, who's been a double-digit scorer today, fouled out in the fourth quarter as well. And the freshman has emerged for Valley Fayette, C.J. McKenzie, hitting 2 huge shots in this overtime session to keep Valley in the game. Fred Persinger has eavesdropped on the Valley Fayette huddle again.
Tom Sutherland has drawn it up, what they want to do with only 1.6 seconds left. Go down inside on the low blocks. Try and get at least something put up by Ramsey. Maybe we'll get a foul. That could be the worst. Again, we're tied, fellas. We can't lose if we take care of the basketball.
Marion Bulls will trigger at center court. Ramsey stationed on the low left blocks. Now a timeout called by Jeff Manila. He wanted to see what the setup, what the formation was going to be. Now he calls a timeout to make sure his defense is set.
I like the call of going inside to Ramsey. Ramsey has shown nice leadership here in this overtime period. He's been a steadying force for his club with so many starters fouled out. You know, until the second semester began and Ferguson and Bowles came onto this Valley Fayette club, Waddy, along with Ramsey, provided the primary scoring load for the Greyhounds. They're taking big shots in critical situations. Nothing new to the senior Ramsey.
That's the final timeout. Neither team with a timeout left. 1.6 seconds to go. We're tied at 54. The Valley Fayette will set the ball inbounds right at midcourt. Let's go back to Fred.
Kyle, what they've done, they've inserted Jeremy Mader into the lineup. They're going to put him on the ball just to try and distract the inbounds pass. He said, whatever you do, don't foul. Don't foul. But you see Mader's lined up on the ball now.
6'7" Jeremy Mader to wave his arms in front of Bulls. Jeff Vanilla says, everybody, get your hands up. Bulls looking down low. He can't get it in, and a 5-second call. 5 seconds. They couldn't get the ball inbounds, and some time ran off the clock. It was 1.6. Now it's down to 1.2, so they're going to have to rectify that situation. The ball never got inbounds. The ball never got inbounds.
It looked like that Shepard knew he was having trouble getting the ball inbounds and looked at Tom Sutherland as if to say, can we take a timeout? And that glance down to the Fayette coaching bench counted for another 1 or 2 seconds, which resulted in the 5-second infraction.
54-54. Parkersburg Catholic will get the ball with one last chance. Valley Fayette couldn't get the ball inbounds, and they're going to have to correct the clock because clearly 0.4 of a second ticked off. It was 1.6 before that play. The ball never got inbounds, and the clock showed 1.2.
If Catholic pulls off some kind of shot here to win the game, how big was that insertion of Mader into the lineup following the second timeout called to put pressure on the ball? He wasn't on the floor when the clubs broke out of the first timeout.
And the clock is reset at 1.6. Mader playing a key role, and he'll stay in the ball game as again no time ran off that clock. 54-54 the score. Parkersburg Catholic trying to set up for one final shot. It was Kevin Lauder who hit the game-winning shot in the win against Williamson. Fred Persinger, what's going on over there at the scores table?
Only thing they wanted to make sure is they definitely had the right time on the clock. 1.6 is the correct time. Everything's set to go.
Here we go. Anthony Harris to set it inbounds for Parkersburg Catholic. Neither team with a timeout. Mater's still in the game. He's in the low left blocks. Borkowski's in the right blocks. Wooten and Lauder are at the foul line. Here is Harris trying to get it in. He bounces it into Borkowski. Shot up in the air. It's no good. We're headed to double overtime. Borkowski fell to the floor. He had the distance on it, but it just ticked off the front of the rim. So we're headed for a second overtime. Could you ask for any more drama?
When Dave Borkowski gets his hands on the ball in the final seconds of a game, you gotta stand up. He has such a flair for the dramatic. You remember it was Borkowski hitting the three-pointer and being fouled on the three-point shot with under 3 minutes to go and a double-digit deficit that started this run for Parkersburg Catholic. It seems so long ago when that happened.
Borkowski struggled mightily in the first 3 quarters, but he absolutely dominated the fourth. The senior stepping up and almost single-handedly bringing his team, getting his team back into the contest. We were tied at the end of regulation. We're tied at the end of the first overtime, and we'll start overtime number 2 with a jump ball between McKenzie and Rusty Wooten. And again, you have to credit the Valley Fayette team for sticking together. They lost 2 starters in regulation, including their best player, Sean Waddy. You talk about something that feels like an eternity ago. This is a different game than it was when Waddy fouled out. The jump ball controlled by Valley Fayette, and Bowles brings it up. 4 more minutes back on the clock, second overtime. Bowles pulls up at the free throw line, extended left side. Gives it to Ramsey. Ramsey looks inside, comes outside to McKenzie. McKenzie holding the ball atop of his head. Off to Bowles for a three-pointer. It's no good. A rebound down to Parkersburg Catholic. Borkowski brings it into the front court. Borkowski pulls up at the foul line. He drives and misses the shot. Rebound. Offensive rebound pulled down by McGinnis, and McGinnis is fouled. He'll go back to the line with 3:29 to go.
As McGinnis had a big overtime. Not that active around the basket and in the scoring column during the first 4 quarters, but in overtime at 1 point, he had scored all of the points for the Crusaders.
That 4th foul picked up by Marion Bowles. It puts McGinnis on the line to shoot 2. Left-handed free throw is up, and it is in. McGinnis breaks the tie. It's 55-54, 3:29 to go in the second overtime. Here's McGinnis missing the second foul shot. He's 4 of 6 from the free throw line in the 2 overtimes. Here's Robbie McGinnis. He has 16 points for the game. 55-54. Parkersburg Catholic in the lead. Here is McKenzie. Pass stolen by Borkowski. Borkowski into the front court. Layup, no good. He missed the layup, and it's out of bounds as McKenzie couldn't handle the rebound. So Parkersburg Catholic will keep the ball, and Borkowski's laughing. He can't believe that he missed that easy layup.
Borkowski over to play Fragel. Get the steal, but Fragel did a nice job of getting back and giving himself an opportunity to distract Borkowski.
Medley slaps the ball. He gets it into Wooten in the corner. A bounce inside to Drummond. Turnaround shot blocked out of there. It was blocked by Ramsey, and the rebound comes down to Fragel. Fragel outlets to Shepard. Shepard into the front court. Shepard bouncing with the left hand. Under 3 minutes to go, second overtime. A 1-point lead for Parkersburg Catholic. Shepard pulls up from 14 feet and hits the jump shot. He has 10. Valley Fayette leading 56-55.
Medley went for the steal. Shepard able to turn away, and he was open after 1 more dribble.
Medley with it. A bounce off to Borkowski, right wing. Back to Medley, head of the key. Wooten left side. He'll shoot a 2 from 19 feet. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Marion Bowles. Bowles with 4 fouls. Ferguson is gone. Shepard has 4. Waddy is gone. Here's a 3 by Fragel. No good. Offensive rebound, Marion Bowles, and he scores. Marion Bowles putting his team up 3 with 2:18 to go in the second overtime. It's 58-55. Medley into the front court. Bounce off to Borkowski. No look pass to Wooten at the foul line, and Wooten is fouled.
Oh, somebody fouled out. It's either on Bowles or Shepard.
I believe it's going to be Shepard. Shepard grimacing. It is on Jason Shepard. He's the 3rd Valley Fayette starter to foul out of the game. All 3 players who have fouled out have been double-figure scores in this game for the Greyhounds. So a large chunk of Valley Fayette's offense missing as we come down the stretch in the second overtime. Matt Arden checks in, a 5'10 senior. He'll replace Shepard, who's gone. Keep in mind Marion Bowles playing in there with 4 fouls as well. Here is Wooten at the line. He's making his first trip to the free throw line. He's 8 of 12 in free throw opportunities for the tournament. Wooten misses the first shot. His team is down by 3, and they need these free throws. Wooten with 8 points in the game. 42 for the tournament. Anthony Harris, they're going to try and get Harris into the game at the next dead ball. Wooten takes a long look at the rim for the second foul shot. It's up and it's in. Wooten gets 1 of 2. He has 9 points. And the buzzer sounds to allow Harris to check in. Medley goes to the bench. Harris in there for a little bit more offense. 58-56 is the score. Valley Fayette in the lead. The Greyhounds have the basketball. 2:09 to go. Overtime number 2. Here's a dangerous pass that's caught by Bowles. It was a cross-court pass in the backcourt. Bowles takes it, pulls up from inside the lane, misses the shot. Rebound is loose, and diving for it is Borkowski. He tipped it ahead to Drummond. Borkowski diving for the loose ball, managed to tip it ahead to Drummond. Borkowski inside to begin a shot up, and it's in. And Bowles was there. He couldn't go up and try and block the shot because of the 4 fouls.
McGinnis waited, trying to get Bowles to commit. Smartly, he backed away.
We're tied again at 58, and a pass deflected out of bounds by Wooten. It was intended for McKenzie on this near sideline.
What an effort by Borkowski on that loose ball. He and Ramsey battled for it. Ramsey had the position, but Borkowski just wanted to knock it further down the floor, see if a teammate could pick him up, and it was Drummond who did.
Medley back in for defense as Valley Fayette sets it in bounds, and they lose the ball. Arden caught the inbounds pass, was dribbling towards the baseline, and he lost it out of bounds. It goes back to Parkersburg Catholic in this tie game with 1:36 to go. Chris Groom back in the game for Valley. He replaces Arden. These teams just absolutely have to be drained, both physically and emotionally. Here is Parkersburg Catholic. 1:25 to go in the tie game. Wooten on the left wing. In the corner, he goes to Drummond. Medley has it now. Off to Borkowski. He penetrates to the foul line, forces it up and scores. David Borkowski with 17 points. It puts Parkersburg Catholic up 60-58. Back the other way quickly. McKenzie pulls up outside the lane. Misses the shot. Rebound controlled by Fragel. His follow-up attempt no good. Rebound tap controlled by Groom on the baseline, and he couldn't keep his balance. He goes out of bounds. It belongs to Parkersburg Catholic, and Parkersburg Catholic has received every single break in this contest in those situations.
Kyle thought Valley Fayette should have held the ball, waited till Ramsey got planted in the block. Give him an opportunity to plow inside.
A 2-point lead for Parkersburg Catholic. The Crusaders have the ball with under a minute to go. Valley's going to have to foul. Parkersburg Catholic is going to force Valley to come out and play defense and foul. They're going to let the clock tick down for as long as the Greyhounds let them. Clock at 40 seconds to go. Here's Borkowski in the corner. He's trapped. He throws it underneath the Drummond. He loses it out of bounds, and it belongs to Valley Fayette. Drummond had the ball. It went through his hands out of bounds, so here we go again. 37 seconds to go, double overtime. Valley Fayette with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. 30 seconds to go. Fragel nearly loses it. Fragel gets it to Groom at the foul line, off to McKenzie. He thinks about a 3, then gives it back out to Fragel.
There's a mismatch. Medley is guarding Ramsey. Quite a size advantage.
20 seconds to go. They get it into Bowles. It's stolen. Bowles had it knocked away and stolen by Borkowski. Now Valley has to foul. Borkowski is fouled with 12 seconds to go in the contest. The steal inside and the foul. Parkersburg Catholic can go to the line and ice the game.
6'4" versus 5'9". There was a switch defensively. Medley at 5'9" ended up guarding the 6'4" Ramsey. Ramsey was standing at the foul line, and before he was able to go inside and post up, Borkowski came in with the steal.
Borkowski at the line, 17 points on the day for the senior. He has hit 9 consecutive free throws. First shot, no good. That leaves the score at 60-58.
And keeps it to a one-possession opportunity to still tie.
Borkowski with the second, it's up and in. So the best Valley Fayette can do is tie the game with a 3 and send it to yet another overtime. 12 seconds to go in the second overtime session. It's 61-58. Parkersburg Catholic in the lead.
Marion Bowles still in the game. He is their best three-point shooter. Waddy was the top three-point shooter on the club this year with 58. But Bowles, the second leading three-point shooter on the Greyhound team, And also checking back into the lineup is Matt Arden, who has come up and hit some threes at critical points this year for the Greyhounds.
12 seconds to go. Valley Fayette will have the length of the court to go. They need a three as they trail by 3. It's a shame that it's a cliche, but it's a shame that someone has to lose this game. Let's hear from Fred Persinger again.
Tom Sutherland has drawn it up. Everyone's going to come down, spot up. They want to get the ball into the hands of Marion Bowles. He's the man that's going to take the 3. They remind him that if he misses the 3, take it in plenty of time. That if he misses it, you got time to get the rebound, kick it back out for another 3. They've got to have a 3 at a time.
Bowles
is the man.
All right, Fred. Bowles has 1 3 in this game. He has 3 3-pointers so far in the tournament. Here we go. Ramsey to trigger. Full court pressure applied. He can't get it in. Now he does get it into the freshman McKenzie. Clock down to 10. McKenzie up the far sideline. McKenzie into the front court. Dribbles around his back. Buddy Fragel in the corner has a 3-point shot blocked out of bounds by Drummond. Fragel hoisted up the 3. It was swatted out of bounds by Eric Drummond. 2.9 seconds to go.
Robbie McGinnis never gave Bowles an opportunity to get the ball. McGinnis got right in front of him and would not even turn around to see what else was happening on the floor. Never took his eyes off of Bowles and never gave Bowles an opportunity to get the ball.
And Fragel was the man with the ball in his hands deep in the right corner and a tremendous block to preserve this 3-point lead. 2.9 seconds to go. Final timeout called by Valley Fayette.
Smart move by Fragel. He knew the clock was winding down, got himself in a position to at least give his club a chance to tie the game. A nice reaction defensively by Catholic.
We'll see what Valley Fayette comes up with here. 2.9 seconds to go, and the Greyhounds need a 3. Fred Persinger, what's going on in that huddle?
Basically the same play, Kyle. They want to set up Marion Bowles again, but Tom Sutherland was quick to point out someone's going to have to set a pick for him so he can get away from the defense of Parkersburg Catholic. He said, we wanted to get you the ball. He said, I couldn't get free. He said, you will this time. They're going to set a pick and let Marion Bowles try it with 2.9 seconds left.
Marion Bowles will set up beyond the 3-point arc, head of the key, and the inbounds pass will come in bounds on the far sideline. Bowles 1 of 3 in 3-point distance. Ramsey sets a pick. They still can't get Bowles free. They still can't get him free. He does get the ball. It's up, and it's off the rim. No good! Parkersburg Catholic wins an absolute thrilling contest for the Class Single-A state championship. Bowles got the ball, missed the 3. Parkersburg Catholic rallied from 9 points down in the final 3:36 of regulation to send the game into overtime. We had too much drama in the overtime sessions. Parkersburg Catholic wins it. Unbelievable. The first state championship in school history. Parkersburg Catholic wins it 61-58, and the trophy belongs to the Crusaders.
It was Borkowski's leader at the free throw line that proved to be the deciding points in this game. You know, an option that was available for Parkersburg Catholic, they were still on the 1-and-1. So you could have fouled once the ball came in bounds and taken away the chance for Valley Fayette to shoot the 3. Kind of a gamble, but yet that was something that was available for Parkersburg Catholic.
And credit Marion Bowles. He worked and worked and worked and worked until he finally squirted open. He got a decent shot. The ball hit the rim but would not foul. What a tremendous Class Single-A state championship game. One of the greatest all time, certainly. Parkersburg Catholic defeats Valley Fayette 61-58. That's the final from the Charleston Civic Center. We'll return to the state capitol in a moment after we hear this word. 61-58 in double overtime. And the scores in this game leading the way, David Borkowski, who dominated the fourth quarter. He finishes with 18 points. Robbie McGinnis also with 18 points. Eric Drummond had 13 for Parkersburg Catholic. The freshman Rusty Wooten had 9. Craig Medley hit a 3-pointer in the fourth quarter during the comeback.
Isn't it interesting? The 3 highest scoring games for Parkersburg Catholic this year were the 3 games of this state tournament.
Valley Fayette led valiantly by Marion Bowles. One of only 2 starters not to foul out of the game. Bowles had 13 points. Monty Ferguson had 10 points before fouling out. Sean Waddy fouled out late in regulation with 13 points. Jock Ramsey with 8. Jason Shepard had 10 points before falling out. C.J. McKenzie, the freshman in the first overtime, kept his team in the game, hitting 2 clutch field goal attempts.
On behalf of the Board of Control, the Board of Appeals, and the West Virginia Secondary School
61-58
Activities Commission,
Parkersburg Catholic.
we want to thank everyone for being a part of this 1999 West Virginia Boys State Basketball Tournament.
And Valley Fayette
Back on November the 16th, 1998, all teams in West Virginia had state tournament goals and the opportunity to work to be here today. So it's a great honor to have come this far, and we want each of the participating teams to know that it deserves the respect and admiration of everyone throughout the state of West Virginia. In today's complex and demanding world, we have found that athletics help provide the discipline, integrity, and courage necessary to cope with the problems of life. So we truly feel that athletics is an integral part of education. Now we'd like to recognize Mr. Joe McClung, Middlebridge High School, and Mr. Ray McCase, Parkersburg South High School, representing the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission, and Ms. Lisa Lewis of Huntington Banks, who will present the awards to these outstanding basketball teams. The West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission is pleased to have Huntington Banks as its newest corporate sponsor. Huntington Banks has provided financial support the athletic awards being presented today. Now, our first award will be the School Sportsmanship Award, and the winner is Valley Fayette. The next award will be for the School Spirit Award, and the winner is Tigers Valley High School. Next, the all-tournament team for Class A. First of all, from Valley Fayette, Sean Watty. From Tigers Valley High School, Ricky Cooper.
Cooper had 6 of his block shots yesterday morning against Valley Fayette. He was one guy who stayed active inside, not pushed around by the taller Greyhound.
Valley getting to the semifinals before being beaten by Valley Fayette 59-44, and it doesn't appear that Ricky Cooper is in the building to receive his all-tournament. Ricky Cooper.
From Parkersburg Catholic, David Gorkowski. From Moorfield, Brent Matheny.
Matheny, just a tremendous athlete, has had a brilliant prep career in 3 sports.
From Parkersburg Catholic, Rusty Wooten. From Valley Fayette, Jason Shepard.
Diving all over the floor for loose ball. Tremendous hustle.
From Parkersburg Catholic, Eric Drummond. And from Valley Fayette, Monty Ferguson.
In the first 2 games of the tournament, he did a great job rebounding as well.
As much as Gorkowski was the flash of the excitement of Parkersburg Catholic, Drummond was
Valley Fayette. Jason Shepard of Valley, also Ronnie Ferguson of Valley.
Now we would like to present the individual awards to the 1999 boys basketball runner-up team from Valley Fayette. Please come forward to receive your individual award. Number 10, Todd Ryan. Number 20, Bubby Fragel. Number 22, Jason Shepard. Number 24, Monty Ferguson. Number 30, John Valentine. Number 32, Matt Arden. Number 34, C.J. McKenzie. Number 40, Steve Nelson. Number 42, Marion Bowles. Number 44, Sean Watty. Number 50, Chris Kroom. Number 54, Jock Ramsey. And the managers and coaching staff of Valley Fayette. And now will the team captains or coaches come forward from Valley Fayette to receive the 1999 boys basketball runner-up trophy. Receive their individual awards. We ask the members of the Parkersburg Catholic team to come forward. Number 5, Dave Borkowski. Number 10, Kevin Lauter. Number 20, Craig Medley. Number 22, Jordan Davis. Number 24, Ronnie Lott. Number 30, Anthony Harris. Number 32, Bobby Bedelia. Number 33, Robbie McGinnis. Number 40, Zach Brigg. Number 42, Eric Drummond. Number 44, Rusty Wooten. Number 52, Jeremy Mader. And the managers and coaching staff of Parkersburg Catholic. pride and pleasure, we would like to present the Class A West Virginia 1999 Boys Basketball Championship Trophy and Game Ball to Parkersburg Catholic High School. Is there a representative from Moorfield High School here, please? A representative from Moorfield High School? If so, please come down to the court and meet with Jerry Trim.